Hey guys, right here I have a 2014 BMW 730Li. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. As you can see, the side mirrors are currently folded out. Upon locking the car and pressing and hold on the lock button, the side mirrors will automatically fold in, and upon unlocking, the side mirrors will automatically fold out again. Also, if you press and hold on the unlock button, you are able to roll down all four windows simultaneously, as well as open up the sunroof. And to close all of them back together, just press and hold on the lock button. As simple as that. The 730Li does come standard with BMW's Comfort Access, which is basically BMW's version of a keyless entry and start system. So, just have the key fob on yourself. The doors are currently unlocked. Press this ribbed area to lock the doors. And to fold the side mirrors in, long press the ribbed area. To unlock the doors, just tap the area behind the door handles. You also do have a vacuum function for the doors if you fail to close them all the way. And there is also a mechanism within the door frame that allows the door to be set in any position. In conjunction with that keyless entry, you do have keyless start as well. Just make sure the key fob is inside the car. Put your foot on the brake and press the start button to the left of the steering wheel. The steering wheel automatically moves to the last recorded position upon starting the engine, and upon turning it off, it will move away from the driver. The 5th generation 7 Series comes with an electric rack and pinion power steering system. Naturally, the 730Li comes as standard with a leather-wrapped steering wheel. The only transmission available for the 2014 730Li is a ZF-sourced 8-speed automatic with Steptronic manual shifting. To put the electronic gear lever into drive, put your foot on the brake, press the unlock button to the right of the gear lever and pull the lever all the way down. If you click the lever over to the left while in drive, Sport mode is activated. Tipping the lever up or down while in this position activates the Steptronic manual shifting function. Pull down to upshift and push up to downshift. For reverse, click the lever back into drive hit the unlock button again and push the lever all the way up. Shifting into reverse activates the reverse camera, the parking sensors and its diagram, both of which shows up on the 10.2-inch iDrive display, and it also dips the passenger side mirror down to curb view. At this point, using the iDrive knob down the center console, you are able to select a few options from the row of menus to the left of the display. You can turn off the reverse camera, leaving only the parking sensors diagram. You can adjust the brightness and contrast of the display, and you can also turn on or off the parking guidance lines and obstacle markings. The parking guidance lines does move in the direction the steering wheel moves to. For neutral, if in drive, push the lever up once, and if in reverse, pull the lever down once. For park, just hit the P button right on top of the gear lever. Being a luxury vehicle, the 730Li does come packed with a lot of safety features. Among them includes 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, dynamic stability control, dynamic traction control, tire pressure monitoring system, an alarm system with immobilizer, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. For 2014, the 730Li receives a host of new driver assistance features such as a color heads-up display, lane departure warning, forward collision warning, and city collision warning with pedestrian recognition. As per the norm, let's go ahead and turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. The 730Li gets 19-inch V-spoke style 426 light alloy rims wrapped in Pirelli P0 run flat tyres. The tyres measure 245/45 R19 in front and 275/40 R19 at the back. Ventilated disc brakes are found at all 4 corners. The front suspension consists of double wishbones, while the rear gets a self-leveling pneumatic multi-link setup. The suspension is aided by a dynamic damping control system that adapts to the state of the road irrespective of which driving mode the car is in to provide occupants with exceptional ride comfort. BMW's 7 Series line of vehicles represents the top end of BMW's saloon range. First introduced in 1977 with the E23 generation as a replacement for the BMW New 6 lineup, the 7 Series has since seen 5 generations, with the latest generation debuting in 2008 for the pre-facelift and in 2012 for the facelift or Life Cycle Impulse LCI in BMW's peak. The 5th generation 7 Series is known with the F01, the F02, the F03 and the F04 codenames for the short wheelbase, the long wheelbase, the security and the active hybrid models respectively. The LCI update in 2012 brought an updated look to the 7 Series lineup with a modified front end, refreshed rear, updated engines and transmission choices, new safety features and interior options, as well as a revised chassis. The 730Li is a variant created specifically for the Asian market. Underneath the bonnet of the 730Li is BMW's N52 B30 3-litre dual overhead cams, 24 valves, naturally aspirated inline-6 engine with double Vanos variable valve timing and Valvetronic variable valve lift. The engine produces 254 horsepower at 6600 RPM and 310 Nm of torque between 2600 and 3000 RPM. 0 to 100 takes 7.5 seconds and the top speed is rated at 250 km per hour. With an 80-litre fuel tank, the 730Li manages a combined fuel consumption of 8.7 litres per 100 kilometers. Carbon dioxide emissions is 202 grams per kilometer, and the 730Li is rear-wheel drive. The 5th generation 7 Series is only available officially in long wheelbase form for Malaysia. Hence, the F02 7 Series debuted in Malaysia in January 2009 with two variants made available, the 740Li and the 750Li. October 2009 saw the launch of the 730LD with a 3-litre turbo diesel inline-6 engine. The introduction of the 730Li and the 760Li individual in April 2010 provided the base and the range-topping model for the local 7 Series lineup respectively. A new variant, launched in March 2011, the 740Li M Sport, was available in limited numbers. The F02 LCI was introduced to the Malaysian market in February 2013 with 3 variants: the base 730Li, the mid-range 740Li, and the top-of-the-line Active Hybrid 7L M Sport. BMW Malaysia updated the F02 730Li and 740Li in 2014 to feature new driving assistance features. Exterior features of the 730Li includes automatic auto-leveling adaptive full LED headlights, automatic wipers, automatic high beams, headlight washer system, LED daytime running lights, LED front fog lights, LED indicators for the front, sides and rear, LED rear lights, LED rear number plate lights, rear fog lights, front and rear parking sensors, chrome highlights for the front and rear bumpers and door handles, kidney grille surrounds and slats finished in chrome, dual chrome exhaust pipes, body-colored auto-dimming side mirrors, and body-colored door handles. Right here you have a speaker, and right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. All of them are fully automatic in both ways, window lock, and your rear sunshade control, which I'll demonstrate later. Right down here you do have your 2% memory settings for the fully powered driver's seat, and some storage down below. This button to the right of the M button, when activated, and you use your driver's seat controls, you can actually adjust the passenger seat. Press it once more, it turns off, and using the controls goes back to the driver's seat. Right here you have the lever to adjust the interior brightness at night. And I'll explain these 3 buttons later in the video. Right down here, you do have some storage. BMW door sills for the front. And as I mentioned, the driver's seat in this 730Li does get full powered adjustments as standard. All of your controls are located right down there. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The 730Li does come standard with a quad-zone automatic climate control system. All of your front controls are located right here. You do have your fan speed, temperature control, automatic and different modes for the driver's side, and the same set of controls for the front passenger. You also do have your front and rear defrost, maximum air conditioning, recirculation, and sync. Sync means if you have it turned on, the driver's side will have your fan speed, temperature, automatic, and different mode controls for all 4 zones in the car. But if you turn it off, each of the 4 zones will have their own individual controls. The 730Li comes with BMW's Navigation System Professional, which features various media connectivity options, a 10.2-inch high-definition color display, BMW Live, BMW Teleservices, navigation, and a hi-fi loudspeaker system with 12 speakers producing 205 watts of power. A rear seat entertainment system with 2 9.2-inch color displays is also standard. Even though this 730Li receives the basic sound system for a 7 series, it still does sound quite good. The 10.2-inch screen right above is actually controlled using your set of controls down the center console. You do have your media, radio, menu, telephone and navigation shortcut buttons, your back and option buttons, and a revised iDrive controller that now features touch input right above. You can input letters, numbers, increase or decrease certain sections in the system, and all that. But the knob still goes up, down, left, right, scrolls to the left, scrolls to the right, and clicks down for enter. Now back to the screen. Let's start with the menu that's right above. You do have multimedia. Click the knob down to select that option, and we are brought to your main USB screen. To the right, you do have your current song playing information with your artist, album, title and song duration. Right here would be where your album art would display if there's one present, and to the left you have your list of USB options. Down below you can go back a song, go forward a song. Right here you can access more media options such as audiobooks, podcasts and video. Look through your playlists, perform a search, and look at your currently playing playlist. Clicking the knob left once brings us to your list of external devices. You do have USB, auxiliary, Bluetooth audio streaming. Clicking the knob left once more brings us back to your main multimedia menu, where you can access your CD, DVD menu. Go through your music collection. Music collection is basically the song collection that you have on the hard drive that is present in this car. The hard drive, apart from your navigation, allows you to store music, so you do not need to carry your CD or USB or iPod around all the time. You can also access your rear entertainment setup from here, and access your sound system settings. You do have bass, treble, balance and fader, your volume settings, and resetting the system back to factory settings. And clicking the knob left once more brings us back to your main menu. Now, say we are in your USB menu and you did not want to click the knob left 3 times to go back to your main menu. You can always press this menu button right here, and it goes back to the main menu straight away. Next up, you do have radio. And in radio you can access your FM AM menus, look at your list of available radio stations in the area, go to your perform a manual tuning to go to your desired radio station and all that. Next up, we do have your Bluetooth telephone menu, where you can import your phone book and look through your phone book through the system, dial a number, look at your received calls, access your Bluetooth devices, where you can pair a phone, delete a phone, and whatnot. Next up, we do have navigation. We are currently in your main map screen. Right now, if you use the knob to scroll left or right, you can zoom in and out. Click the knob down, you can turn off the display that's on the top right. Clicking the knob to the left once brings us your map options with your guidance, spoken instructions, route criteria, points of interest, interactive map. Now previously, in previous versions of the iDrive without the touch functionality, you had to use the knob to go up, down, left and right. Well, now you can still use the knob to go up, down, left and right in your interactive map, but you can also use the touch function to go up, left, right, diagonally and all that. Clicking the knob down, you are brought to your list of options. You can exit your interactive map, start a guidance to that particular area, change your map views and all that. You can access your different map views, north oriented, direction of travel, perspective, and go back to your zoom. Clicking the knob to the left once more brings us to your navigation menu, where you can input your destination, look through your address book to go to that destination. Look through your recent destinations, points of interest, access your map, look at your saved trips, and clicking the knob to the left once more goes back to the main menu. Next up, we do have Office, where you can store contacts, notes, and the like. BMW Connected Drive is up next, where in this menu you do have your different phone numbers in case of an emergency. Vehicle information, right on top you do have your efficient dynamics monitor, where you can look at your fuel consumption data, efficient dynamics information, Eco Pro tips. And now the following three menus is basically your onboard owner's handbook. You can search via 3 ways, quick reference that goes through the different most used functions of the car. Picture search via the different parts of the car. And your owner's handbook, where you can use the knob to scroll to your letter to spell out the particular option. You can also use the touchpad.
L I G H T.
And now, since we have spelled out light, clicking the knob to the right brings us your search options that starts with light. The system is actually quite useful if you did not want to stop by the side of the road, pull out your owner's handbook in the paper form and search for that fault or whatever it is you want to learn about the car. You also do have your onboard computer right here with your range, distance to destination and time of arrival if navigation is active, and you also do have your average fuel consumption and average speed. Your trip computer, vehicle status with your flat tire monitors system. You can also check your engine oil level, check when your service is required, and check control, which basically tells you whether there's anything wrong with the car. Sport displays, tells you how much power and torque you are using. And lastly, settings. You can set your heads-up display, instrument cluster display, control display. You can also set your time and date, language, units, touchpad, speed, lights and all that. You can also perform a software update from this menu. And that's about it. So, if you're in CD Multimedia and you click the knob to the right once, you can have the option to split screen the screen. So you can have your media information on one side, your driving data information on the other, or you can have your navigation on one side and your media on the other, depending on what you prefer. As shown, you can have your different split screen contents. Or you can just turn the split screen off. Now, clicking the knob to the right not only allows you to enable split screen, but you can also turn off the display if you do not want it turned on. You can access your multimedia options, your external devices explanation on the owner's handbook. And for this particular menu, if you're in navigation, you will show up your list of navigation options or your navigation information on your owner's handbook. Alright, so that's it for the display. Right below the hazard light switch, you do have your central locking. And right down here, you do have your CD player. It is MP3 compatible, your 8 shortcut buttons, eject, seat track buttons, switching between your different modes, FM, AM, and your volume and power knob. You do have power folding mirrors as shown earlier. Your rear sunshade. And right here, the button to the far right, you can turn on or off your heads-up display. In the middle, you have your lane departure warning activation. A little symbol also shows up right below your engine temperature. And this one, it's for your rear end collision warning. Now on the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your audio controls with your volume, switching between your different modes, and this one allows you to scroll between your different tracks or radio stations. It actually shows up on your heads-up display. And you can click the wheel down to select that option. Down below, you do have your on-hook off-hook button for the Bluetooth telephone system as well as your voice control. Help!
To hear the voice commands in the table displayed, say voice commands. To obtain general information on voice inputs, say help with voice input. To hear important short commands with examples, say help with examples.
Cancel. Now if you activated the voice control and you did not know what to say, just ask for help and the system will walk you through your different options. On the left spoke, you do have your cruise control. On the left stalk, you do have your indicator controls. The buttons at the end of the indicator controls, the one on the bottom activates your automatic high beam, and the one on top scrolls through your different multi-information displays in the instrument cluster. First up, we do have your mileage. Right now, you do have your trip meter, range, average fuel consumption, instant fuel consumption, average speed, your date, turning the display off, and back to your mileage. Apart from your mileage, you also do have your time to the left and outside temperature to the right. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. It is fully powered as well. Use this small little lever right here. You do have a couple of cup holders right there. Some storage right in here with a cigarette lighter or power outlet, depending on what you use it for. And right here you do have your electronic parking brake. It is currently disengaged. Pull it up to engage it and put your foot on the brake. Push it down to disengage it. You also have an auto hold function for the parking brake, whereby if activated and you arrive at a stop such as a traffic light, car won't actually move forward or roll back. Right here you can manually activate your parking sensors and parking sensor diagram. You can also access your reverse camera. And right here, the button right on top, press it once to activate your traction control. Press and hold on the same button to deactivate your stability control. And down below, you do have your drive experience control switch, where you can switch between Eco Pro, Comfort Plus, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. Comfort is your standard setting with no settings within the car changed. Comfort Plus gears the car towards better comfort. Eco Pro gears the car towards towards a better fuel consumption. Sport gives you a more spirited drive and it changes the instrument cluster. And Sport Plus disengages your stability controls and most of your driving aids to give you the most dynamic feeling while driving. Sport Plus changes your instrument cluster as well as Eco Pro. While Sport and Sport Plus, the instrument cluster glows red. In Eco Pro, the instrument cluster glows blue. Your drive experience control modes shows up on both your iDrive display and the where the rev counter is. You do have a center armrest with storage down below. You do have your auxiliary and USB ports right there, and another power outlet down below. You can also lock your boot via this switch right here. You do have an auto dimming rear view mirror. Your interior lights right above. And your fully powered sunroof. Pull the switch back once to pull the shade back. And pull it back once more to open up the sunroof. You can also open up the sunroof as a vent. And obviously close the shade back. You do have a sun visor right above with vanity mirror and light. And a grip handle right above. Alright, so let's leave the engine on for a little while we check out the back seats. You do have BMW door sills for the back as well. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall, and as what you would expect out of a long wheelbase luxury saloon, I have no problem with legroom. I do have quite a lot of headroom as well, about 5 to 6 centimeters left. As mentioned earlier on, this car does have a quad zone climate control system. I've showed you the front controls. But right here you do have your rear controls. Fan speed in the middle, different modes to the left, maximum air conditioning to the right. You do have your right side temperature control and your left side temperature control. You also do have an automatic mode for the back. Down below you do have your CD/DVD player for your rear entertainment system, your rear USB port and AV input. And you do have your left and right side headphone jacks. You do have a couple of cigarette lighters or power outlets at the back, down here. And apart from your central aircon vents, you also do have aircon vents on the B pillars. On the door panel, you do have some storage down there. You have your 2-person memory seats. Sorry, your 2-person memory settings for this seat right here. And right here, you do have storage or an ashtray depending on what you use it for. Your window control. And your controls for your rear sunshade, right side sunshade and your left side sunshade. Right above, you do have grip handles with hooks for both sides. And you do have a rear vanity mirror with light, again for both sides. Your rear lighting controls. And you do have hooks on the B-pillars as well. Now, as I showed you, you do have 2% memory settings for the rear seats, but where are the controls? They're actually located right here within the rear center armrest. Underneath the rear center armrest, you do have storage. But back to your seat controls, you do have your seat position, seat back, your headrest, and your lumbar support. You also do have the same set of controls for the left seat. Now for the screen itself, turn it on via this button down here. And it's basically the same format as the 10.2 inch screen right above. Sorry, right in front. This 9.2 inch screen is controlled with the same knob as the front, which now features iDrive Touch. And you also do have your media, radio, menu, telephone, navigation, shortcut buttons, and your back and option buttons. Now, apart from the controls in the center, you do have your volume control to the right, as well as this button down below. Basically, if R is highlighted, these controls right here control the right display. If you want to control the left display, hit this button. And now once the left button is highlighted, you can use this set of controls. But your volume controls are individual for both sides. Right here you do have a couple of cup holders. And that's about it for the rear entertainment system. Alright. So I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. Now, there are three ways to operate the fully powered boot lid. There is a button inside the cabin. There's a touchpad right underneath the BMW badge. And there is also the button on the key fob. There is a fourth way to open the boot that I did not show in the video. In conjunction with comfort access, with the key fob on yourself and you're standing near the boot, a simple swing of your foot under the rear bumper will also open the boot. 500 liters of boot space is present in the 7 Series. To the left of the boot is a storage net, and to the right there is a storage area. Underneath the boot floor, you can find a bit of storage. You have all of the same controls that you would find on the other rear door. All here. You do have individual footrests for the rear. And power adjustable headrests front and rear. You do have storage down there with your 2-person memory and your window control. The front passenger seat is fully powered as well. You do have a storage net down by the front passenger side footwell, 2-tier glove box, a smaller one right above, and a bigger one down below. You do have a sun visor with vanity mirror and light on this side as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2014 BMW 730Li. Thanks for watching and goodbye.